Hey guys, so I'm filming on my tablet today, just a Samsung tablet, so I don't know if the quality is going to be worse than on my phone. I'd use my phone, but it's at 19%, so it's not going to last much longer. I was just watching Ashley Marie Golden, right? That's her name on, yeah, on Flosstube. She's doing the original cross-stitch tag, and I figured I would do it too real quick, since I'm just here working on some vinyl. And then this way I don't have to worry about how I'm not making much progress on my current whip. So we'll start with, we'll do this. So there's going to probably be a lot of cutting, so I can go grab the project and bring it back, or pictures. We'll see how it goes. So the original cross-stitch tag. Question number 1 is, how did you start, or who introduced you to cross-stitch? When I was 19, I believe I picked up a kit from like Michael's or something like that. I don't even remember. But it was like a flower. I think it was a rose. And I didn't get very far into it. I don't know why. I think it's just because it wasn't exactly something I was interested in. So I just kind of, it's gone now, since I've, everything from back then is gone, sadly. And then in 2015, I was just playing around on Pinterest, and this really cool cross-stitch piece came up, and I thought it was amazing. It was more my style, so I picked it up, and I have not put it down since. Not that project, but cross-stitching. So I might end up cross-stitching for the rest of my life. Number 2, do you have a favorite theme or designer? That's a hard one. When I first started, it was fandoms and Clouds Factory and things like that. I was like, oh, this is perfect. This is totally me. I'm going to only stitch this. I mean, even when I finally found the Facebook groups and saw my first memorabilia, somebody stitching on it, I'm like, wow, it's fancy, but it's not for me. But it is for me. It might have taken a little longer for me to get into it, but I did. Now, I like Lavender and Lace and memorabilia. Not all of them. Just a few of them. So I think, it just depends on exactly what it is. That's, you can't just, I don't just love it, everything that one designer does. So, number 3, what floss brand do you use? DMC. I do have some specialty threads and overdyed threads and stuff like that, but honestly, DMC is my favorite. I've never used Anchor, so I can't say anything about that. Or Dinky Dyes. I have some, like I said, I have some silks, and then like Gast and stuff like that. But it's just not for me. I mean, I'll use it if the project calls for it. Well, only one project. Everything else I kind of substitute for DMC because I just don't want to spend the money. But number 4, what is your fabric of choice? I like even weaves, and linens. I didn't think I liked linens until I stitched my, Aphrodite Mermaid by Mirabilia. I got a fabric from Under the Sea Fabrics, and it was just the smoothest fabric I've ever stitched on. And come to find out, it was this Weigart linen. It was a 32 count, and it was just amazing. So I'm like, okay. Before then, I had only used that crap linen from Joann's. So, but yeah, I like even weave and linen. I'll use Ada occasionally if it's a full coverage project, which I only have one since I'm not much of a full coverage person. But if I do use Ada, I prefer to be 16 or 18 count. And if I do even weave, 28 or 32. And then the same with linen. prefer 38 or 32 on linen. I've never tried a 36, and I'm scared of a 40. I don't think my eyes could see that. Number 5. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Number 5. Do you use a needle threader or are you a floss licker? I am a licker. It's just I can't thread a needle unless I lick it. That's just what I do. Number 6. What kind of stitching frame do you use? I use a Q-snap. When I started, I tried a hoop, but I just couldn't get, the fabric was so stiff. It was an Aida. It was so stiff, I couldn't get it in there. I do have a scroll frame from Joann's. It's a piece of crap, but it works enough. But Q-snaps are my favorite. Sorry, just reading the notes. Or reading the questions off my computer. How many projects have you finished? I'm currently counting 15, but I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure I have, well, I'm not counting, I finished, oh my gosh, like 13 or 14 of the Brooks Books Advent Animals. So that's another 15 or whatever I said on top of the 15 that I'm counting. But I'm not counting them because they're so small. And I don't remember how many I have finished. Number 8, how many completed works do you have currently displayed in your home? I currently have 8, I believe. I have 4 in my kids' bedroom. I have 1 in my dining room. And I have 1, 2, 3 in the living room. Is that 8? Yeah, I think that's 8. Yeah, I have currently 8 on display in my house. I can't wait. Well, I'd hope we can get the basement finished at some point, so I have more wall space to hang more things on. I mean, I have a little half wall right here in my bedroom that I want to start hanging things on, but I need to get it finished. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? The wall? We'll see. If you can't see it, then I'm going to just cut that out. But I figured I could do a huge collage of stuff, but we'll see. Next question. Do you do more stitching for gifts or keep them for yourselves? It's about equal. Just as many that I have as many as I've put out for gifts. What is your favorite, number 10. What is your favorite project or finish you're most proud of? I am most proud of my Harry Potter, my giant Harry Potter, because that took me almost 2 years to get through that. And then Earth Dancer. She's my first big lady that I've finished. I'm very proud of that. And then my favorite project currently is my Hyrule Light World map. Just because I love Zelda, so. Number 11. Sorry. Number 11, what has been your least favorite or worst experience while stitching? That I do not know the answer. Yeah. I don't know. I know I've had a project or two that I just don't like. I mean, those Advent Animals, those books, they're cute, but they're small, but they take a long time to stitch up. So that's kind of frustrating to look at something so small and then it take forever because there's so many color changes. That's frustrating. Yeah, I don't. Number 11, right? Yeah, so that's a difficult one to answer. What do you love? Okay, number 12. What do you love and what do you hate about cross stitch? I like seeing the images come to life. That's probably the most fun. Like, I love when you have to do a piece and then the back stitching. I mean, not everything I do has back stitching, but when the back stitching just makes it pop, that's amazing. And I hate running out of floss. I hate it. I have a whole master set with a bunch of duplicates, but I always seem to have that one skein, the color that I'm using, it'll run out, and that's the one I don't have a duplicate of. That's what sucks. That's what I hate. Number 13. Have you introduced anyone else to cross stitch? I've tried, but nobody has, that I'm aware of, that has picked it up because I cross stitch. More people need to cross stitch because it's amazing, but you know. Number 14. What is your first project and did you finish it? If not, what was your first finish? Okay, here is where I'm going to pause and grab the pieces. Do you like my shirt? I'm about to buy pizza because I love pizza. Okay, so my very first project, this is the one that I found on Pinterest that got me into cross stitch in 2015. The pattern is no longer available. It was free on some weird website. And the chart was terribly made. Not all the blocks are 10 by 10. Like the grids were not all 10 by 10. Some were like 8. And then like a row would be, right in the middle would be like only 8. And the rest next would be like 10 and 10. And it was really weird. There was no color chart, so I had to make it all up myself. But I loved it, so I needed to try it. And then the fabric I got was way too small, so anyways, it's a 16 count Aida that I bought at Joann's. I didn't do my math right, or I didn't know how to do it, do the math. I didn't know anything, because like I said, I didn't know that there was Facebook groups that, I didn't know there was Facebook groups. I didn't know anything. I just knew that cross stitching was taking a thread, like 2 threads, and putting in, making an X. That's all I knew. So this was the piece I found. It was a Mario sampler. And I got quite a bit done. Alright, so I started in the middle. I did these 3. And then I came up and I worked around like this. And then I got to here when I started to get drained on it. And I realized that I was not going to have enough room to finish. I was just tired of forgetting I didn't write a key. There was no key. It was just, it was colored in. There was no symbols, no nothing. So I got tired of trying to remember what colors I used for what. And so, down here, where I wrote in, I was trying to, rewrite or rechart the pattern, so that I could make, some of it fit, and, just take out what I didn't want, I suppose. But it was when I got to here that I learned about the Facebook groups, and I learned more about stitching, and realized that this was a piece of crap, because my stitches are going in all different directions. Granted, you can't see it here, but when I'm up close to it trying to stitch it, I can just see the mess that it is. And so I don't know if I want to continue it. And I haven't FFO'd it, but I don't have any of the, I just mixed all my floss colors with everything else, so I don't know what colors I used here. I don't know. But this is my first piece, and of course it's not finished, but that's okay. It's still lovely. But so once I learned about the Facebook groups, and then I learned about Clouds Factory, I immediately went over there and made a wish list worth of 30 plus patterns. But I actually picked this one to actually do for my daughter. This is the princess clock. Disney princess clock. I don't know exactly what it's called on the website. But yeah, I actually see, and this is a lot better because I learned a lot. All my stitches are going the right way. Again, this is on 16 count Aida. I did Aida a lot for a lot of my stuff the first maybe 2 or 3 months of cross stitching. When I finished this, I actually framed it just normal because I was so scared to put the clock piece in. But then after a few months, I was like, you know what? I just gotta do it. I'll just do it. Get it done with. It's a piece of crap on the back, see? Look. But it's my first finished piece. My daughter loves it. This is how she's like, Mom, it's on, she'll be like, it's on Anna and Elsa. It's time to go to school. Because that's what I'd tell her. When both hands were on Anna and Elsa, it was time to get ready for school. Because she's afternoon. She'd go afternoon. But yeah. Oh, you want to see the back of this? This isn't so terrible. But I would just... Here's the back. Ooh. Here's the back. This is actually a pretty neat back for me. I mean, I'm a lot worse now. I carry a lot of my threads. This, I didn't so much, but that's because a lot of this was just big blocks of color, I think. Yeah, that's funny. That I'm like, my backs are so much more messier now than they were then when I didn't know anything. Okay. And the last question is, how do you store your cross-stitch floss? So I have, I don't even have it here, so I'm going to pause it again. Okay, so I'm going to have to stand to show some of this stuff. So when I first started, I would cut in each project individually. Hey honey, I'm making a video, okay? So no talking. I'd, use those little floss boxes to kit everybody, or each project individually. And that was getting rough the more projects I started to have, because I'd be like, okay, well, I have this color, but I have it in another project. I'm going to pull it from that, use it for this, and then when I go back to that one, I'll take it back. That was getting to be too much. So I saw somebody post something like this. I know, one's sticking out. One of these boxes. Sorry for the glare. Whoa. Some Harbor Freight. It doesn't fit a whole. I don't think it does fit a whole set. I never really tried. So right now, so this is what I used for a while, but still the same problem. I'd have to pull from this thingy, and it sucked. Hated it. And then, let me move this guy. And then, of course, the double-sided box, which is now my go-to. Because I love being able to just carry this, have all my floss colors. I don't have to worry about anything. Everything's just in here. It's the best thing in the whole world. It really is. So now, this holds all my bobbinated duplicates. I have an armoire right here, so I just have that in there. And then all the duplicates that weren't bobbinated, I have by color or number. Like these are the 900s that I have, and randoms, and the 600s. So I have them like that. A couple more in a little IKEA thingy. It's not a cart. I don't even know what it's called. But that's how I have all my floss for now. I even spray painted this with glitter spray paint, so it's all fancy. But that's it. You're silly. So that's how I have, or that's just it for the tag. I don't have anything else. Hopefully I will record again soon with some progress on my pieces. I've been so busy. Like, look. Whoa.
What?
No. Can you see that mess? No, not really. I have all these yardsies to do. The craft fair has just been kicking my butt. It's been kicking my butt. So, hopefully once that's finished, things will go back to normal. Which, it's this Saturday, so prepping is not as stressful anymore, so we'll see. Can you say goodbye?
Bye.
Bye.